And that was the start of our show. Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, you're probably wondering why the composition looks like absolute shit. It's because everything fell apart. I lost a graphic. I had to rebuild the whole thing in OBS last minute. Jay and I had weird issues in Skype, had to move over to Hangouts, and yeah, that's where we're at right now. This is what happens when you let me host. Yeah, pretty much. Actually, Jay, I blame you for all of this. All right, let's... You're a dick. You're just a big old dick. All right, it's pretty damn horrible. I don't know. Actually, you know what? I want here. Let's do this. I'm gonna edit the scene. No. This is pretty generic. We'll just do this. We're just gonna do this. We'll make Jay large and in charge over here. Just out of pity, because I need to go to school. Apparently, actually, wait. Can I do this? Here, hold on. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just going to put my face over Jay's face. On his, be like, hey, what's up, guys? Hi, I am Jay's 2 cents, and I drive a 370Z. I am cool. All right, let's see. I know. Here, well, I'm figuring this out. Why don't you tell everybody about like how you don't have a car to drive right now. You're like poor people. Let's see here. Wait, what? Jay, that's just mean. That's just mean what you did. Right. 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 So in other words, don't fuck with Jay. Like... Wait, somebody said there's no audio coming from you? Wait, so, now hold on. Somebody's probably just misconfigured. Let me check the stream really quick. I do not hear you. I think you've been... Only deaf people have understood what you said. Why... Wait, why am I echoing and why... OBS is seriously dropping the ball. I can see your audio histogram right now. Okay, now you're just doing it on purpose. Hold on here. Hold on. What are these? Let's see here. Hold on. I'm gonna ban a couple people here. See you. Bye. So I don't know. Like here, say something. Yeah, it's. Oh, oops. You can? Okay, hold on. Let me go change it. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to fix the problem right now. Okay, desktop audio should be default, right? And Microsoft looks like, okay, let's try this. And then force, let's see, only connect devices. All right, say something now. Nope, still not working. Why are we not getting sound for Jay? Sorry, guys, we're dealing with some technical difficulties here because I did not configure things properly. Okay, wait a second. So if I go over here, broadcast, because I can hear you just fine. So obviously you're coming through on system audio. And they said I'm echoing, so I think my audio... Here, let me disable this. Disable that. Desktop audio device. Yeah, keep it. Just... All right, check. Okay, now you say something. Yeah, it's not registering your audio, even though you're coming through on system audio and I'm capturing system audio. All it's picking up in OBS is my microphone on both the microphone channel and the system audio channel. Do you know what would cause that? I know, right? Yeah, hold on. I'm just blocking a couple people so I don't lose them because they need to get the fuck out. Okay. So so what's happening is on my microphone side the audio's moving. Then when I talk, a second later it's moving over on the system audio, but it's not playing back any system audio. It's just picking up my microphone on both. Right. So, which I don't want. So let me do this. Let me disable the audio input device. Okay, cool. Here we go. Hold on. I did something. Now there's no audio. So now if I go to broadcast settings, audio, and I say I want the microphone to be me. So that's me. So click OK. All right. So now they should be able to hear me. Now I just need something to capture the system audio into the stream. So can you add an audio device? No. All right, let's see here. Export microphone, HC webcam. Okay, so yeah, it's exactly set up that way. It says system audio and everything, but it's not showing any audio. Hold on, guys. If I kill the stream and start it back up, it'll still broadcast, right? As long as it's... Gotcha. Okay, hang out for a second, guys. I'm going to work this out. And Jay, you feel free to go through chat and just ban everybody being a dickhole right now. Okay, stop streaming to Tech Talk. And now you should be able to hear Jay. Jay, can they hear you?
Hi.
Yeah. So that actually was on OBS because I didn't change shit. I just killed OBS and restarted OBS, and now we can hear Jay. Although
I want to blame Windows 10.
Let's blame Windows 10 because actually I was having some other problems too with OBS. Like I was trying to capture a screen region, and as soon as I minimized the window and brought it back, it could no longer display it. It just showed as transparent. So I'm not going to blame OBS because it worked flawlessly when I was in Windows 8.1. So that's what I'm sticking to.
Anyway, I had a big old story I was telling there, and I don't even want to tell it now.
You know, you want to tell? Okay, so here, I'm going to shorten it for Jay. Jay took his car to a shop. They said they were going to do something to it. They didn't do something to it. They did something to a more expensive car. That made Jay mad. So Jay pounded his chest and said, I don't want to do anything. Take your damn parts back, and I ain't going to make a video on your stupid shop. And they were like, oh, my God. And then they sent him a picture of his car up on a stand. Does that sound about right, Jay?
Pretty much. But the thing that makes it kind of unprecedented is it's a dealership.
It was a dealership. So,
yeah.
Well, at least now you know that your car is back up on the stand. All right, guys. So I broke out the chat. If you guys aren't watching on gaming.youtube.com, just change out www with gaming. You'll find that the chat actually is a lot better. And I broke out chat. And thank you so much, Pumpkin Donut Guy, for the $1 donation. He said we can hear Jay, but he's so quiet we can't understand what he's saying.
I wasn't saying anything. I was typing back to the dealer, telling him to go fuck himself. No, I'm just kidding.
There, I just cranked you up. So now you should be slightly louder than me now, Jay.
Stay them and crank.
And that's saying something.
I can't let my heart rate get below like 180 or I'll die.
Hashtag dealer shit. Dude, you know what's funny is we're both dealing with dealer problems today. Not drug dealers, but like car dealers.
Just to be fair, the dealership I go to has a race shop with race mechanics within the dealership. So it's like a motorsports shop inside of the dealership. I know there's a lot of dealerships that do that, but it's not like I'm working with regular dealer mechanics and such.
Interesting. Well, my big story I'm dealing with the dealership right now is I own a Chevy Volt, a 2013 Chevy Volt, and the whole point of owning a Chevy Volt is to be able to plug the damn thing into your house and charge the batteries and drive without paying for gas. And wait, that was delayed. Now he's too loud? Oh. All right, let me do it. Man. Blah, blah. Here, maybe if I get closer, I'll just be as loud as you, and then it won't matter.
Yeah, make him loud.
You know what? At this point, I'm just gonna be like, you know what? We're just gonna have fun with this, Jay, like we normally do. Because if we get too much into the whole everything going, let's see, hold on. Oh, somebody else wants to be. Why don't you just ask to be blocked? Wouldn't it be easier?
Jay is laggy. Have they never seen our live?
Wouldn't it be easier? It's like just block user and he's gone.
Oh yeah, I can do that too.
What a dipshit. Man, there's some dipshits in the chat tonight, guys. But don't worry, I've got the band hammer on. Jay also has moderators, so we can get everybody out of chat. And just to let you guys know, I am not lifting bans tonight. I've made a couple exceptions where people have emailed me and said, I'm really sorry, I was having a bad day, and I said some stupid shit. That does not apply today. If you get banned today, it's for life. I will never lift the ban. Let's see here. Damon Goldsmith. What?
You know how I like to do bans?
How do you like to do bans?
I like to just kind of close my eyes and just randomly right click on someone, and then whoever it is gets the ban. Can I do that on your channel?
No, don't do that. that's not a good thing, Jay. So Damon Goldsmith said he donated £3, and he said that he bought one of my 3D ornaments off shop.barnerd.com. Awesome, dude. Thank you so much. I was actually surprised that a lot of those sold. Like, I thought that was really cool. Like, I finally put 3D prints up on my store and people bought them. I was like, yes! Which is actually good because YouTube really, really, really fucked up bad in my transition from full screen. So you guys, if you follow me on social networking, you probably know that recently I decided to leave my MCN. So full screen was my basically my media company between YouTube and me, the people that pay me for ads. So I left them and I just went directly to YouTube. And it was the worst timing I could have ever done that because YouTube's system completely broke. And so they didn't pay me for like several days. And they're not going to pay me for those days that were missed because the system was broken in the transition. So in December, I lost quite a bit of ad revenue from those days and still trying to figure it out.
They're not going to back pay that at all?
They're not going to back pay it because the data is just not there for some reason. Like, even though ads were serving on the videos, they just don't have the data in their database. And they're like, we don't know what to do about it. So, but luckily, they at least fixed the issue. For a while there, I didn't think, anything was happening. So,
yeah, because you didn't even make enough to buy a candy bar from what I recall.
It said I made 74 cents for like 7 days, and I was like, uh-oh.
You used to be able to buy a candy bar for 74 cents, but not anymore.
You can't.
Not even regular sized candy bars, and king size bars are like $2.
No, they're stupid expensive. I noticed that. Like you go to a place and it's like 99 cents for a candy bar, and they consider that a deal. It's like on sale, 99 cents for a candy bar. Let's see here. Wow. Okay. Thank you, guys. We have a concept saying he loves the stream and happy holidays. Thank you. We could use some happy holidays over here. And guys,
I celebrate Christmas. I just want to point that out.
You celebrate? I celebrate Christmas too, but not
Well,
the
then-
same way you do.
then-
I celebrate it in like the presents kind of sort of atheist kind of way, and you celebrate it in the Jeebses kind of way.
So then you celebrate Xmas.
I celebrate Xmas. Yeah, triple Xmas if you know what I'm saying.
I don't
So-
do that politically correct happy holiday shit.
I just want to go on record, guys, and say that I'm sorry if I seem a little aggressive today, but it has been a crazy week. For those of you guys that don't know, I've been trying to figure out, tax time's coming up, so I've been trying to figure out the whole business. Wow, look how red my face is. Jesus. I've been trying to figure out.
You are angry.
I'm just an angry man today. God, I need to just step away from the damn computer after tonight. But anyways, I was trying to figure it out, and guys, businesses are so complicated. I have never ran my own business before, and it's crazy. You have to have, a new, like, basically social security number for the business. You have to have something called a UBI number. You have to have a business license for both the state and the town that you live in. And basically, I met with a bookkeeper that I hired to help me out with some of this stuff, because being a YouTuber, revenue comes from all over the place. Like when you guys use my affiliate links, I get a little revenue. It's like it all comes from different places. You don't get all your money from one source, and it becomes very complicated. So the bookkeeper sat down with me and explained, like, and this isn't even a CPA. This is just the bookkeeper phase. Like, we haven't even got to like the lawyer phase yet. And seriously, it was so far over my head, guys. I'm a software developer. I am not a mathematician when it comes to tax stuff, and it was just very, very frustrating. So I haven't slept very well in the last couple days because I'm trying to figure out how in the hell I'm going to figure this all out. And Jay's just like, I got this. Jay's a master of everything. So
No, Jay is a master at keeping cool on the outside.
That's true. I've seen you raging mad before, and you raging mad is just kind of like, but you can tell. Like, you can tell there's something brewing in there.
I don't know what just happened there. It got really quiet.
Did it get really quiet? Wait.
Hello,
Well, this says we haven't dropped a frame, so that's good. Thank you, 2435 Studios. As donations, for using YouTube Red, now you can buy half a candy bar. Thank you, sir. I was like, but he subscribes to YouTube Red, so YouTube Red actually has been okay for us, hasn't it, Jay? Like, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's really hurt us. I mean,
it really hasn't been so bad.
So YouTube must have done something kind of right, because we all thought like YouTube Red was going to be the end of the world, and it actually seems like it's doing good.
We'll find out next month, because remember the November 18th is when it went live, and everyone had a free month. So we won't know until after December 18th whether or not we're really going to see any bump. I imagine we would only see a bump because all the free accounts, we're not making anything on that anyway. But all those people who forget to cancel in time, I hope I didn't just remind you to cancel. They're going to just
cancel. We're poor now.
No, it won't go down at all. We're not making any money on the people who are free. So.
Yeah. It's just, guys, it's one thing, and I bet you Jay can kind of relate to this. When something goes from a hobby to a career, something gets drained from it.
Yeah, I enjoyed being a dickhole until it was my job.
Yeah, it's weird. That's well said, Jay. Well said.
Now I've got to be selective with my dickholeness.
So, guys, but I do have a plan to fix it. This is the great thing. Okay, so we got lots of things to talk about tonight. Actually, I guess this will be like more of like a vlog, in a way. But so actually, here let me start with the good things that are going on in my life, guys. I went back to the gym, and I took Jay's advice and got a personal trainer. I did.
Did I give you that advice?
You didn't give me the advice, but you bragged about how you and your personal trainer were like doing cool things, and then you showed up at my house all skinny. So I just put two and two together.
My personal trainer is not how I lost my weight, though. You know that. My personal trainer is how I'm getting my strength back.
Well, no, but you're pretty religious about going to the gym with your personal trainer, right?
3 times a week.
Yeah, that's my problem. Is I couldn't go to the gym because I didn't have anybody riding my ass. Now I have a guy that's basically like, if you don't show up at the gym, I'm taking your money. So I'm like, oh shit, I better go.
It's boring by yourself, that's for sure.
No, it definitely is. And so I met this really, really cool guy. His name's Jim. He's a personal trainer at the gym.
Wait. Your trainer's name is Jim at the gym?
Yes, Jim at the gym. J with J and a G. So.
You know he was just like, that's like his stage name at the gym. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Because he's gonna be like, I'm going to the gym.
Hi, I'm Jim. I'm going to the gym to do gym things with my friend Jim. But no, he really, really cool guy. He understands my back problems. He told me he could get me back into weightlifting and even doing stuff like squats, which I will never touch. And he claimed
unless you're poop napping.
but he said he could get me back into exactly. But he said he could get me back into it without hurting my back. And so far, after going 5 times, I've gone from 10 minutes on the elliptical to 30. Went from half a mile to 2.5 miles, and now I just started lifting weight. But he's showing me some new form stuff that's like really foreign to me. But I feel a lot better afterwards, other than being just generally sore, but at least I can move. And when I was lifting before, I was waking up and I couldn't even push myself out of bed, and then I'd get discouraged and not do it. So anyways, guys, I am starting to get my health back. I am going to start sticking to it. I got a personal trainer involved, and then since all the stress of the YouTube thing is starting to affect my ability to like create videos for you guys, I finally just came to the decision that's like, you know what, I'm just going to hire a bookkeeper and hire a CPA and actually get a little bit of a team going on so that they can worry about the job aspect of this. Just you guys go and do your number thing, and I'm just gonna sit here and just have fun like I used to do, because when it's not fun, who wants to make a video when it's not fun? You know what I mean, Jay? Like, seriously, when you feel like you've got a massive obligation to do something and you got to work out numbers, you got to work out contracts and stuff like that, nobody wants to do that.
This is a table. These are tables and boxes of obligation.
That's obligation right there. You have a table of obligation. You should actually put. Oh, and
that. How does this work? It's backwards. That box right there. That box contains all the parts of a system being built for a giveaway. Yeah, that's how I point it out.
Am I eligible for the giveaway, Jay?
As long as you follow me on Twitter.
I do. Dude, I would follow you to the gates of hell, son.
Are we gonna play Doom?
Maybe. Doom sounds fun.
Okay. Are you subscribed?
So, here, I'm gonna read a couple things over here. Luke, thank you. I'm sorry I'm behind on the comments, but at least now with the new chat is way easier to keep up with stuff. The gaming chat is so much easier because I can pop it out and blow it up, so it's not I can scroll through it. Luke asked how Xander's arm is doing. Xander's arm is doing phenomenal. He actually gets his third cast put on next week, and they're going to do one more X-ray to see if they need to do surgery, but they don't think they're going to need to. And I'm hoping that that's the case, because if they have to do surgery, that's really going to screw with Xander's first trip to Disneyland, which is in the plan, which is in the planning. Which is actually we're going with Jay. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, you already have dates, from what I understand. Aren't you staying at the
Disney
Resort?
No, it's done. I just told my wife, told Miss Barnacules, just go do it. I don't even know how much it costs. I don't know what we're flying. I don't know nothing. I just said, just go make it happen.
You're flying in an airplane and you're staying in a hotel room.
I'm coming down in Southwest and I'm staying at Motel 8. I'm just kidding.
You're flying down in a Cessna.
So let's see here.
So I'm going through tech news right now, and there's a sponsored article here that says Microsoft recommends upgrading to Windows 10.
Oh, really? Microsoft recommends that you upgrade to Windows 10. That's
in case I forgot from the last reminder they gave me 5 minutes ago on my desktop. They're really pushing that. Like, really, really. I've never seen anyone push something as hard as Microsoft is, because, man, do they want to sell your information.
That's honestly... I mean, I'm biased, of course, because Microsoft laid me off after working at Sapporo in the food court for 15 years.
You can't even say where you used to work right. It's Sbarro, not Sapporo.
Oh, see, that's probably why I got laid off, dude.
Welcome to Sapporo. What can I get you?
Sapporo. Sapporo's like a beer, isn't it? Isn't it like Japanese beer or something? But at any rate, I have a biased opinion, but if you go out there and you do a lot of reading and stuff, you will see that Microsoft actually was doing an invasion of privacy on Windows 10. They backported that invasion to 8 and 8.1. Then when they got caught, they were like, oh, we're not really doing an invasion of privacy. And then they did the updates where they undid people's settings. I will tell you, as a person that worked there and went through the testing, they have unit tests, that like fully automated unit tests that check each one of those settings to make sure they are in the previous spot after the update. So maybe they pulled those tests for some reason, or those tests didn't run for some reason because they fired all the testers. But I think more than likely what happened is they knew that they were re-enabling those settings because they noticed that there was a big drop in telemetry, and they figured just by, flipping this thing on and send it out that 99% of people would just start reporting telemetry again and never know it. But people called them on their shit, and that's good, actually. Now, as far as Windows 10 as an operating system, once you disable all the shit, it's actually not too bad. It's got some things I do like in it. So I would say that overall it's a step forward from Windows 8.1, but God, does it have some weird bugs and quirks in it.
My webcam in Google Hangouts looks like a video feed from a flip phone from '97.
Dude,
Look at it.
this whole stream is just crazy. Thank you, Rocket. Rocket donated $1. Said, "Hey Jay, aren't R32s, R33, and R34s allowed in America? Actually, they are now, aren't they?
No.
I thought Nissan Skylines.
No, the R32 is getting ready to be legal.
What's the rule? 20 years? Is it 20 years before you can import it as a grandfathered in car or whatever and doesn't have to pass emissions?
It's either 20 or 25. But I know anything after 1975 doesn't have to pass smog. But there's something different regarding the emissions of those particular cars or the registration of those particular cars. They're here. They're here. We see them every now and then. You see them in like
rare though. It's
you
really
see them
rare.
in like car forums, like for sale and stuff. I've never seen one on the road.
Yeah, they're all right side drive, right? Like
they're all right side drive.
Yeah.
They have no emissions equipment apparently that would pass over here. But I've never seen one on the road because you're guaranteed to get pulled over because they would know it's an illegal street vehicle. So I've never seen one on the street.
I know somebody that had an R34 and they did pull him over in it. And I think they impounded the car if I remember properly. And then he had to pay like a crap load of money to get it out of impound. And since he couldn't license it, he ended up selling it for parts.
It's just not worth owning one right now.
Let's see. Sorry guys, the chat buffer just blew out. That's weird. If you don't scroll it for a little while, it just dumps out. It doesn't keep. I wonder why it doesn't keep a full backlog. That's really weird. I'm really sorry guys. If I'm not seeing your donations here, I'll try to get to them later if I can open up the other window. Ben said, "Are you serious? You worked at Microsoft?" No, I didn't work at Microsoft. It's all a lie. Let's see here.
Someone says R32 is allowed, R33 is allowed, R34 is not. I don't know if that's true.
I thought two of the three cars were allowed in. I thought the R34 was the one that was coming up next.
I don't know. All I know is my mechanic over at Nissan that I was talking about has. Oh yeah, he sent me the picture. He's already got the tranny half out. Holy shit!
for those of you that don't know what we're talking about the Nissan Skyline, which like before the Nissan GTR here in America. I mean, the Skyline was the supreme car. It was the competitor to the Toyota Supra.
What I was going to say was that my mechanic, not my mechanic, but my service writer, his wife has an R32 that's trackable, but he said it can't be registered for the street. So I don't know. He works at the dealership. I would think he would know, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna actually. If you guys want to see the Nismo work starting, like Jerry told a little story earlier, it was like they're gonna work on my car, and then they're like, "Oh no, we're gonna work on a more expensive car." And I was like, "Fine, give me back my car and keep your parts." And they're like, "Oh no, we'll work on your car." And then they sent me a picture of it up on the lift within minutes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna tweet out that picture right now.
Hey, the professional asked Jay, "Are you gonna make any videos on the 370Z?" That's
a question. One of them I was going to do was about them doing the work on this car. I'm going to go down there tomorrow.
I cannot get Jay to shut up about the 370Z. It's seriously like that's his dream car.
It always was. The Nismo edition was. Even though the Nismo edition, a lot of people didn't give it very good remarks because it wasn't that much of an improvement over the base model 370Z or the sport package 370Z. But the aero, the styling of it, just that car is always what made me that's what made me love Z cars. And I got the 350Z because that's what I could afford. And then the wife was like, you're not happy with the 350Z, and I was like, you're right. So I bought this car.
It's a good looking car. I'm actually glad that you bought it though, because I remember me and you were having some Skype conversations where you were like, you really didn't want to pull the trigger because of how much you did to the other car already. But I was so happy when I saw the message that you were like, fuck it, I did. You just sent me a picture of it. You're like, hey, look what I just bought. It was like on Thanksgiving, wasn't it? And I was like,
it was Thanksgiving morning, and you were like,
no way.
Like, ha 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 ha. You were like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, because I was like, I didn't think he was gonna do it, guys. I honestly thought that Jay was gonna talk himself out of getting his dream car.
So if you guys follow me on Twitter. If you look on Twitter, I just put up a picture of it up on the rack, which literally just a few minutes ago, like right before the stream started, had a R35 GTR up there getting work done. And I was like, dude, if you're going to keep bumping me for GTRs, then I'm just going to go get the work done somewhere else. They took the GTR off the rack and stuck my Nismo up there. I even told them, I was like, look, I read the messages to Jerry. I even told him, I was like, I know it's not a GTR, but I'm still spending good money here. So,
you know, it'd be so funny is if the guy that owned the GTR turned out to be like PewDiePie or something. He calls him back and he's like, I ain't gonna do a fucking video on your shop unless you get my car back up on the rack. And the guy's just like, ah.
No, really, they really pulled a fast one. My car's on the rack next to it. So, it's like one space over.
I'm gonna address one person over in chat, Netscope. I'm not going to get your invite on Skype because I don't have a public Skype. The public Skype was abandoned a long, long time ago.
Yeah, I've got one too. I've got a Skype that's also like Jay's 2 cents.
Yeah, just so you guys know, Skype is the one area that I keep clear. I mean, it's my one little place on the internet where I can get on there, and it's just people that I like personally know.
I have like 12 people in mine.
and so Skype's one of those things. It was just when I first had a Skype account, like my first one, I think I'm on Skype account number like 4 or something now. But my first Skype account I just gave it out to everybody. I put it in my videos and all that stuff. And at one point, so many invites were coming in that the program like became unusable. It couldn't even manage like the thousands of people that were in there, and I couldn't even accept them as fast as they were coming in. So I unfortunately had to abandon it. But that's why I like doing the social networking stuff like on Twitter. Twitter seems to be the easiest one for me to interact with everybody. That's why I spend most of my time on Twitter.
Yeah.
Sword Dust said, "Hey Jay, are you done with Facebook? Looks like you haven't touched it in a long time." Facebook's kind of been down for me too. Like I don't use it that much.
You know what? I don't. The only reason I even have a Facebook, like a personal one, is because I abandoned Facebook a long time ago, in terms of just like even with my friends, because I'm one of those people that's like my friends get face-to-face time with me, not Facebook time with me, and I think there's some people out there plotting with me right now, like fuck Facebook, because Facebook is that place that people go to say happy birthday on your birthday because a little reminder told them your real friends will remember
really
when your birthday.
Toxic. Have you noticed that too? Like it's just way political. Sorry, go ahead.
A couple years ago, remember there was always like the plagues of fuck my life this, fuck my life that. It was always nothing but people complaining about their shit. I was that guy that was always on like responding to friends and family. I was like, well, then stop complaining about your shit and fix your life if it's such a big deal. And people stopped liking me on Facebook because I was their constant reminder of real life fucking sucks, like we talked about last week.
Yeah.
So I abandoned Facebook a long time ago. Now it's nothing but political rhetoric, and the only reason I even still have a personal Facebook is because you have to have one to connect like an entertainer or fan page to, like I have. My problem was I had a lot of stuff that was cross-promoting over there. Like when I would put a video live, it would also cross-promote to Facebook. Or if I made comments on Twitter, it would cross-promote to Facebook. For some reason, that all got linked or unlinked, and the links aren't working anymore. And I never go on Facebook personally, so I always forget to do anything up there. And I think my last post in there was like July, to be honest.
Yeah, I've noticed that I still maintain and cross-post to the Facebook group, but I noticed that it doesn't grow that much. Like the Facebook group might get like 5 or 10 new followers a week. And Twitter and Instagram are just like on fire, and I think it's just because more people are just active on those networks now.
You know, I never even really promote my Instagram. I don't even know how I have 51,000 followers up there.
You posted sexy cars, dude. What did you expect? You go to Disneyland like every weekend.
My Instagram is like 20% PC. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't know. Whatever.
No, here,
sorry,
guys.
But I'm sorry that Facebook isn't as active. I know it's where some people go to get their fix, but it's just
a lot of people find me on Facebook though. Have you ever looked at your other message folder on your personal Facebook? I've got like 1 million messages in there. I randomly just replied to them too. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry I can't follow you, but hey, cool, whatever you sent me.
I don't get any messages to my personal one because I don't try and hide my real name. I just don't put it out there like you do.
Yeah, no, that's and the thing is, go ahead.
Like, hey, is your real name Jason such and such? I'm like, yep. What about it? They're like, oh my god, I know your last name. It's like, oh my god, so does like everyone else around me in the world. So it doesn't matter. I just don't put it out there like you do. I'm not worried about trying to get that blue check on Twitter.
Yeah, well, for me, it wasn't that. I just put it out there because I didn't want it to be a trophy for anybody. Because like people have doxed me multiple times, and it's all just public information.
Well, it's like the giveaway I'm doing with Gear Live. They're like, oh my god, he put your last name in his video, and I'm like, legally he had to.
No, I have people email me all the time, and they're like, hey, I found your personal information or whatever, on the internet. And I was like, well, yeah, if you go looking for it, you can find it. I mean, but the thing is, it just kind of takes the sting out. I mean, who wants to dox somebody who anybody can dox?
Yeah.
It just kind of takes the... And I've been doxed multiple times, all my information, everything. I've got all the little protections in place for all that stuff. But one thing you learn really quick doing the YouTube thing is it's like everybody likes a challenge. Hackers, all that stuff. They all like a challenge. They like to make a name for themselves doing something. And, I guess I'm just not a really good target for that. So
I never understood the whole idea of doxing and DDoSing and all of that sort of stuff. I mean, I guess in the gamer, like the live stream realm, like swatting and stuff like that, because you could see your handiwork live. But I never understood the whole concept of like, I'm going to stalk this YouTuber. Isn't that some kind of sad? Like, you have nothing better to do than to try and get information on someone who makes videos about computers, right?
I think
Doesn't it just seem kind of sad?
it's really sad, and I think it's more just, I mean, if I want to play like devil's advocate and try to understand it, I would say like when I was a kid, I guess I was kind of there. I would never do shit that bad. But it's like, when you don't get attention in real life, or you have a hard rap at school, or, kids pick on you and you don't have any friends, you want to feel powerful because you're not powerful anywhere else in your life. So you just basically go to try to target people that other people perceive as powerful, try to take them down or take them down a peg. And I don't even think it's because they hate those people or they dislike those people. They just do it so that they can feel like they can. You know what I mean? It's like...
Yeah, but like you said, you take away a lot of the trophy aspect of it by just putting yourself out there. You know what I mean?
Right. And so far,
but the thing is, like, I'm not worried about like people getting my name because I don't have a landline telephone, so they're not going to be able to find me. My cell phone service isn't even in my name, so like none of my utilities are even in my name. When I moved to this house, I took myself completely off the grid. So finding me is not easy because I don't exist. I'm like Dale Gribble on King of the Hill. I'm like, oh my God, I'm in the system. Yeah. Don't put your name in there. You put you in the system.
No, I just learned really fast. Just the best thing to do if you're going to get into YouTube or public media or anything like that, where people are just going to make you a target just because people are watching you. Just set up 2-factor authentication on everything. Call your public utilities and send them a letter on file that just basically says don't do anything over the phone, do everything in person. It becomes a little bit of a pain in the ass. Like if I want to do something with my cable service or I want to do something with my power or something, I have to physically go in and talk to them because I've literally told them that, there's a note on the file saying that they can't talk to me over the phone. But once you do all that stuff, then everything quiets right down.
It really kind of goes to show, though, just how much your security is based on other humans. No matter how much authentication you put with encrypted passwords and all that stuff. If
it comes
a human's
down
willing to just bypass it by somebody being slick on the phone, then
well, 99% of hacks and stuff like that are all social networking. I mean, I used to do
social engineering. They call
social engineering. Sorry, not social networking, but social engineering. It's like they just call up, and the funny thing is, I've done it successfully myself. I mean, let me explain the situation. So my kid got locked in the car, the Chevy Volt that we have.
Totally
Xander pushed the button and locked the door, and the keys were in the car, but the transponder wasn't close enough to the door. Normally, if you leave the keys in the car, the transponder's in there, you just hit unlock, door opens. Well, it was in a weird place in the center console, and it didn't reach the transponder. Go again, Chevy. Thank you.
It was in your butthole. Don't
So
lie.
I called OnStar, and OnStar was like, okay, we need this information that's on the file. We need this information. I didn't remember what my password I had with OnStar was. And so I literally just like sweet talked the lady for like 15 minutes. And I'm like, my kid is in the car. My wife is in distress. I really, really need you to unlock the car. Please, will you unlock the car?
And it could have been total bullshit.
Yeah, it was total. It could have been. I gave her absolutely nothing that would confirm I was who I said I was. And eventually she finally just said, okay, no, since this is an emergency, what she should have done is she should have called the police and had them dispatched to the car's location because they knew where the car was. OnStar reports where it is.
At least confirm your story.
Right, or something like that, or offer me an alternative. But she was like, no, okay, the car's unlocked. And then she's like, okay, is it unlocked? And then I was like, I got on the phone because I had my wife on the phone. I was like, okay, is it unlocked now? She's like, yeah, the car was unlocked. And she let Xander out. And I was like, but
was Xander crying?
Huh? No, he wasn't really into distress. My wife was in more distress than he was. He was like, woo, I'm in the car and you can't get in here. This is awesome. This is my fort now. But it just goes to show, I mean, with the social engineering aspect of things, if you push hard enough in the right areas, you could actually, get through barriers. But at the same time, there's nothing you can do about it. So why even sweat it?
Yeah.
There's safeties in place. If stuff goes on, people mess with your utilities or mess with your credit. I've had my credit card hijacked multiple times. It's all insured. You just call the bank, you sign an affidavit, they fix it, and then just try to go after the person. It inevitably happens, but it is pretty sad that people just randomly target people that they think they can fuck with, and it's just something people do. It's weird.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like God, I don't know, what did people used to do back in the 50s and 60s, right? What did people do for fun back then? Run around with sticks and a hula hoop on the ground, rolling a stick? I mean, now
I bet
it's
you
like,
they were like just murdering each other and nobody knows it because there was no internet, there was no media really.
The world, I don't think the world is any more terrible today than it was back then. It's just now information travels so quickly.
Yeah, no. How much you want to bet?
Fair?
Wouldn't that be funny if like you went back in a time machine and you found out that like back then everything was worse? Like there was actually like more terrorism, but it's just nobody ever reported it because like nobody knew anybody in the town next door because they didn't have a car fast enough to ever drive over there. They're just like, what happened?
Look how many people died in the Wild West to gun violence. I'm sure it was more than today.
Oh, it'd have to be.
I know, right? Oh god, I just mentioned gun violence. I just opened Pandora's box.
You just opened it. It's okay. This show's all about. Today's show is specifically for opening Pandora's box. Hey guys, I'm copying all the comments onto a notepad here really quick so I can go through them.
On behalf of the chat, Jerry, I want to remind you that since your mic is no longer on your other desk, when you pound the keyboard and you pound the desk, it all travels to your mic.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. My bad.
I was hearing it a few times and I was just ignoring it, but I saw the chat was
my screens. The screens that I got are so big that there was no chance of me having the monitor or the microphone arm anywhere anymore. So I had to go back to a desktop mic stand. I am so sorry.
You need to do like you talked about. Find some sort of a long scissor, pull it down, and then when you're done, push it up.
Yeah, the one that I had didn't work though. Like it only worked if it was attached down to a flat surface. When I attached to the ceiling, it would just basically go fully extended. So,
because you need to get a heavier duty one, then it's designed for higher weight mic. It has stronger springs in it.
Yeah, there's got to be. I bet you that there's one out there that's designed specifically for hanging from a ceiling. Because I've seen radio studios before that have that. So it's got to be out there.
Well, you're gonna have to go to like professional audio grade stores for that. Not like Guitar Center.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'll go over to Guitar Center because like where I live, that's like the only thing we have.
Well, why don't you get yourself a floor stand with your mic on it, and then you can stick it out in front of you, and then when you're done, you can set that up in the corner of the room.
I should make some kind of a jerry-rigged project out of it. Actually, you know what I should do is like.
Oh God, here comes a broomstick and
no, like some kind of a pole with the microphone on it with like an Arduino connected to an RC motor, and it like lowers it down in front of me, and then I push another button, and it goes back up.
Let me ask you this: has anything that you've ever jerry-rigged ended up being?
Sorry, you cut out there a little. What's up?
Has anything that you've ever jerry-rigged ended up being like becoming a part of your full-time just I use this every day sort of thing?
Yes, actually.
Like what?
The lights, the lighting jerry-rig that I did on how to make the lights that are controlled with remote control.
Right.
I used that one. The cell phone stand never got used again. The cell phone stand literally just like went off.
What about Beats by Jerry?
Beats by Jerry are now in the possession of Logan. And I'd be surprised. They're probably lost. They're probably lost forever. So he'll probably pull them out in like 50 years and sell them for 35 cents on eBay. The Stinky board, however, I did use a couple of times when I was playing Dirt Rally.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, the simulator got torn apart, and I haven't built it yet. And I'm not going to use it again. I mean, when I put the simulator back together, I got a Fanatic e-brake. So why would I use the
Stinky board code name for something else?
Maybe. I'll show you my Stinky board, ladies.
Yeah.
The Stinky board's actually kind of a cool concept, and I want to use it with more things, because what I did with it one time is I stuck it under my desk, and I was using it for keying up the mic so that I could, so I wasn't on comm the whole time because I had a bunch of background noise back then, and so I could just under my desk just step on it when I talked. But the problem was I didn't use it long enough to really train myself, so I'd start talking before I stepped on it, and I would always cut off like the first word, and people were getting really frustrated. Guys, let me go back through some of these comments. I've been cutting them out here to the notepad. I just want to make sure everybody that I didn't miss gets a shout out here. Trevor Anderson, he said he uses ad block. A lot of people do, and he hopes he makes up for it. $10 more than makes up for it. Thank you so much.
$10 is like 10 years worth of viewing for him.
Yeah, he said he actually had a question though. He said he's moving across the country and he wants to know if he needs to remove the GPU from his computer. The GPU, and he said just fill the case with packing peanuts. I don't think you want to do that, bro.
Well, okay, if they were like those corn peanuts, like the actual edible ones, those don't create static because they're not styrofoam.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But is it Monoprice? Okay, so on Twitter, there's at Steve OMG, at Steve_OMG. He works for Monoprice, and he and I actually had a discussion a while back about shipping a PC, because when he came up to PDX land, he shipped his PC, and there's like expandable foam that a lot of builders will use that they'll put into their system in their case around it, and even foam that you can use inside of your case, special packing foam that you could use to support your GPU if you were going to ship it. Now, if it's going to stay with you in your possession and you're going to be transporting it like in a moving truck across state or wherever you're going, and you have the box for your GPU, just take the thing out, put it in your box, pack it with your stuff, because that's going to be the safest way to transport it without possibly damaging your motherboard if it's bouncing around real good. If it's a lightweight GPU and it's not very heavy, it might not matter, but why chance it?
That's crazy. I didn't know they had any of those packing peanuts that didn't create static. That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, the foam ones create a lot of static, but the ones that are actually made out of corn, yeah, the ones that are edible, and I was eating those in my Tight Next video, those don't create any static because it's food. It's food. It's not.
Oh, I've seen the
styrofoam.
people eat the packing peanuts before, and they swear to God they taste like Cheetos without the dust.
No, for me they tasted like a rice cake.
Ew. I'd rather eat
But-
like
but-
a
but
regular
like a- but
plastic
like
Cheeto.
Okay, maybe not like a rice cake. Maybe more like a very unsalted, very dry, like corn tortilla chip.
Oh, that's grody, dude. That is
Yeah,
grody.
well, it made for an interesting video. Who does graphics card reviews, and in the middle of the video you're watching a dude eat packing peanuts? I mean, come on,
Yep.
come on.
let's see.
It's my second most watched video now in history.
Here, let me catch up on some of these donations because literally there's like a million of them now. Thank you so much, guys. We do appreciate the support. Mario,
Yeah.
let's see. Perello says 4 times. Oh God, did he have to donate 4 times to get this question answered? I'm sorry. Hey, maybe we should just not answer questions. What do you think about the 3D pick and pack? Do you think it's a good idea for the company to make kits for people to build their own 3D printers? Should I get one? It's only $13 for a VR headset.
The print and pack sounds like a sexual position.
It does. I don't know. I'll have to go look into it. I don't even know what the print and pack is. Oliver Leopold says, how do you have your own MCN, Barnacules? I don't have my own MCN. It just reports it as me being my own MCN because I'm a direct partner with YouTube. Trust me.
You know,
I don't have my own MCN. I'm not interested in that.
You're on to something, Jerry. And if you give me 100-0, I'll come to your MCN.
You'll come to my MCN. Yeah, we have a new contract going on here at the Barnacules MCN. It's a 90-10 split, 90 us, 10 you.
Actually, I tell you what. I'll do a 110 minus 10 if you bring me on. What do you say?
Hey, Hamish McGregor said the corn packing peanuts do create dust though, so be careful. So you got to think about that.
Yeah, it can create it can create like a little bit of dust, but it's not gonna be that big of a deal. It'll blow out pretty easy. And just like the amount of dust buildup it would take on your motherboard or parts to create arcing or some sort of grounding issue would be a lot of dust. Not to mention most of the PCBs and stuff that you see these days actually have like a clear spray on them to make them so that they're not just bare, circuits sitting there.
Yeah.
So it's not that big of a deal these days. Like back in the 80s, it was a big deal. But not
I remember back when you had to wear like grounding straps and stuff like that. That was like back when I was working on computers and building. Now you can like take the motherboard and ride it down the stairs and be fine.
I still need to do a video because my couch right now, because it's not Scotch guarded. If little Jay gets on the couch and starts like rubbing her butt around, her hair will literally stand straight up. So I've got a perfect scenario over there because I'm going to do a video about like, do
like EMI stuff, like shock it and see what happens.
Yeah, because most of these motherboards and things these days, believe it or not, guys, they have a mechanism built into them to absorb a lot of the electric shock that would accidentally hit a motherboard. So it's a lot harder now to actually damage something by shocking it with what you would build up on your carpet versus 10, 20 years ago. Not to mention too, you remember how big the solder drips used to be on the back of those PCBs back in like the 80s and 90s?
Oh yeah, they'd like chop you up and stuff. Like if you ran them over your hand or something, they'd flay you. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna be a good video. I'm gonna go over there and charge myself. I have gotten shocked on the mouth so bad because of this couch, and I need to get it Scotch guarded and anti-static coated because I'm not kidding. Like little Jay be going to bed and she would come over and give me a kiss, and it's like zap. It's like, oh my god, right on my lips, and then her hair like instantly falls down. It's just like
Miss Barnacules cannot stand that because I shock her all the time when it's really dry in the house. Like I'll go to give her a kiss and it'll be like snap, and she's like, oh god, I'm never kissing you again. Oh no.
Yeah, we've had zaps in this because it's super dry where I am right now. Obviously, you guys, know that. Plus, the temperature's high and the wind has been blowing, which is like perfect for static charge. I've heard people zap themselves from across the house before, and enough of an arc to actually see like a blast of light come out of it.
That's a lot of voltage.
It's insane. That's why
like
I want
super low amps, but that's a lot of voltage.
It really kind of sucks to think that for doing that video, it might destroy something, but that video might make enough money back to replace whatever it destroys. But it'd be a fun test for science, right?
I like how Netscope over in chat. He's like, no, Jerry, I didn't send a request to your public Skype. I sent it to your private Skype. Like, yeah, that changes things how. I just told you I have a private Skype. And so, no, you sent it to my other Skype. Oh my gosh. No, the whole
Here's
point
your
of the
sign.
private Skype. This is like the people that are like, you know, if they like, I've received like a letter before, like multiple, at my house, you know, and I'll just get a letter, and I'll be like, oh, I found your home address and sent you a letter because I didn't know if I sent it to the PO box if you'd read it, and I'd just be like, yeah, but you sent a letter to my house uninvited, so that's gonna make me not want to respond.
It's
the
like,
garbage.
Jerry, can I get a key to your house?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I only let friends and family in my house. No, that's fine. I just want a key.
Yeah, I don't get the thinking behind that. Like, people are like, oh yeah, I found your information online, you know, through a private detective that I paid $25, so you know, I thought that you'd want to hear from me. No, guys, when you that's the thing is, if you go through like crazy trying to cycles to catch us, it's not gonna make us be like, oh dude, you're the friend I've been looking for. No, that just makes you get labeled as a stalker, and then you go in the stalker pile.
That totally made you sound like a bigger dickhole than me. I don't want to be your friend.
I don't want to be your friend if you're intentionally trying to harass me uninvited. Then I don't want to be your friend. No, that's right. I think that's fair.
It's funny though. People have been, you know, you and I both have been recognized in public quite a bit.
Yeah, actually, I still get recognized quite a bit.
Normally, it's when I'm out and about. Like, I'll be at Disneyland and I'll get recognized, or I'll be at Micro Center, which is an hour from the house, and I'll get recognized. I'm starting to get recognized, like, while I'm out front. And it's like, that sucks.
Like movie theaters and stuff.
Well, yeah, someone recognized me at the movie theater who's very, very, literally lives like a street over from me. But no, it's like you said you were out mowing the lawn once and someone was like, Barnacules!
Twice now I've been outside mowing the lawn and I had people just like ride bike on both times it was on a bicycle and they actually like did a double take and turned around. They're like, oh my god, aren't you the guy from YouTube? Like,
I understand now why whenever I come over, your front yard looks like the Amazon.
Now, don't get me wrong. I want to make it perfectly clear. If you see me in public and you want to come say hi and I'm not like really busy or something, come say hi. I got into this business because I do love meeting people. What I don't like is when you go out of your way to try to cut to the front of the line or try to contact me through a way that you know damn well I don't want you to. You know, that's when I I'll somebody called my house once. It actually happens fairly frequently, but somebody called my house once, and this is a long time ago. Now the way that I handle it is I actually have an infinite call block on my phone at home, and I only let numbers through from people that I know. But what had happened was they called and they answered the phone. And they said, "Hi, you know, is this Jerry?" And I was like, "Yeah, who's this?" And they're like, you know, and they were, it was a nice guy. He was like, hey, you know, I'm a really big fan and everything. And I had to explain to him. I was like, listen, this is not a public phone number. He even said he found the number through somebody who doxed me publicly. And I'm like, so I asked him a question. I said, why do you think it's okay to call me when you got my information from somebody who obviously wants to do me harm? And he like literally just said like, oh, I guess I didn't even really think about that. I just saw your number and thought it'd be really cool to call you.
Mm-hmm.
And because they just don't, you know, some people just don't think. They're so caught up in the moment. They're like, oh, I could do it. It's like if you saw like Robert De Niro walking down the street, it's like, man, I could totally run over there and just like tackle him right now. You know, and then I could tell all my friends that'd be a great story for life. But it's like, what about Robert? You know,
Gary, I already apologized for calling you that time, but look at the friendship that flourished.
I know, that's true. That's true. That's how Jay and
I kind of hope he's watching. I kind of hope he's watching right now. But Little Jay and I went to see the Peanuts movie at the AMC theaters, and a fan of the channel recognized me there, and he's all into. It's kind of funny because he's a car guy too, right? He said his wife like drives like an Evo, and he's
guys,
got, like,
I will get to all the comments. Sorry, Jay. I will get to all the comments. I'm just queuing up. I think I got like 40 of them. So we'll do a speed run after this.
But no, he's a car guy, right? And he's affiliated with like a performance shop in my area. He says his wife has like an Evo, and he's got a Monster Speed, and he came over and he recognized us at the theater, and I was waiting for our food.
Yep.
And he came over. He's like, "Hey Jay, I love your channel, et cetera, et cetera." And I was like, "Oh, cool." And he's like, "Yeah, I got an Evo." He was talking about my Z for a second. So we started talking cars, and it was kind of funny because he was like, "Oh yeah." He's like, I guess yeah, you are into cars," because he wanted to talk about computers, and it's funny, right? Because I'm out and about. I don't want to talk about computers. I want to talk about cars, right? Computers is my job. Which was kind of funny. But yeah, he Little J, man, bless her heart. She's used to being seen in public. She's been recognized several times, like me standing there, but people recognize her first. So like, oh yeah, I recognized your daughter, and then I saw you standing there, which is kind of weird, right?
Xander got recognized twice so far in a grocery store. Like they didn't even recognize Miss Barnacules. They recognized Xander, and they're like, "Are you his mom?" Well, yeah, you with him.
No, I'm his nanny. No, so Little J, bless her heart, she walks right up to him, looks straight up at him, and she goes, "And who are you?" It was like, It was like, oh man, I had to have a conversation with her after the fact about like, okay, here's the things you say that can sound mean, even though you don't mean them to sound mean, right? Like me of all people having that conversation. But no, she, bless her heart, man. She's, and who are you? It was like, oh, damn it, Jay, little Jay, whatever your name is. It's funny because I don't call her little Jay in public, so it's funny having to switch to that mode when like a fan or someone recognizes us, and it's like not calling her by her stage name, if you will.
Yep, and the thing is, it's like, oh, Netscope, no worries. He's apologizing for sending the invite, but no, I get you're a developer. I just realize that in the YouTube game, it's not a one-to-one relationship. It's not like one person just trying to contact one person. It's thousands of people trying to contact one person. It just creates a lot of noise, and that's why I like try to keep the communication here, like in chat and on Twitter. There's just no way for me to communicate one-on-one with 600,000 people. I can't, no matter how hard I try and I want to. But when people try to cut to the... Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, when people try to contact me through like private means, trying to get a hold of information that isn't supposed to be publicly known and stuff like that to get ahead of me, it just makes me instantly red flag you. And I have to. You have to understand I have to do that.
It sounds terrible to say, and I
does,
know that. But... I know someone watching fits in this category, and they don't mean to fit in this category, but they've got
just
to
like the Netscope guy. He obviously doesn't. He's not a stalker. He's an enthusiast developer, and he wants to contact me, and he's using his skills to obviously find my private Skype. Which obviously, if it's a private Skype, why would you be sending an invite to it?
But the other point I'm trying to make here too, though, is I would say, and I'm not going to say 9 out of 10 because that makes it 10%. That makes it 90%, and I think the number's higher than that. Let's say 95 out of every 100 people trying to get at us want something from us. They want something from us. They either want us to shout out their channel, or they want us to donate to their cause, or they want us to give them free computer parts or whatever. Yeah. And you start to look at it in this jaded perspective of, and I'm not talking about the people who come and meet you in person. I'm talking about the people who reach out to you like, oh, I want to be your friend and this and that. It's like it kind of sucks that your automatic response goes to, what does this person want from me? Because I don't know about you, but we kind of get that we do reviews for quite a bit in the sense of, they like us, but ultimately it's business. They want something in return from us, exposure for their product or whatever.
This is a sad realization. That I came to is, remember me and this kind of, we both are offenders in this area, and that is, when we first started this gig, we used to kind of judge. Well, I wouldn't say judge. Yeah, no, it was judge. We judged larger YouTubers for disengaging their audiences, along with everybody else. Be like, yeah, I tried. so nice Jay. But we judge people for disengaging their audiences, but there's no real way to show you guys what it gets like. The larger you get, the more stuff comes in, the more people want to go around the rules, the more people that want stuff, the more people that threaten your lives. I mean, I still get death threats. It's come to the point now where they all just go to the FBI and I never see them again.
You know how I look at it, Jerry? I have not stopped responding to people as often as I used to when I was a small channel. What happened was the amount of people I'm able to respond to has not changed, but the amount of people trying to get responses has obviously exponentially grown.
And I'm the same way. Yep.
So I still respond to the same amount of emails I did when you were a small channel. That number you responded to ended up being all of them. Yeah. And then eventually that number didn't keep up, and I didn't start burning myself out trying to keep up. It's just, it got to the point to where I hate to sound like, oh my God, you're the lucky winner who gets to an email response today, but that's kind of the way it works.
There's no way to keep up with everything. And then the sad thing is, some people that, they'll get lost in there, and then they just get like really mad and angry. Like I should have seen everything they said, and I can't see everything they said. It's impossible for me to look at 100,000 different comments a day on 5 social networks and YouTube comments.
Companies have gotten lost to send stuff for review, or really cool projects they'd like to be a part of, or hell, even buy advertising, have gotten lost in that shuffle.
Yeah.
So it's not just the fans; it's everybody. I mean, you get so many freaking emails. Last time I looked, I've got something like 14,000 emails in the inbox.
And the truth is, I absolutely love, one of my favorite parts about doing this as a job is like going to conventions and stuff and meeting people in random encounters, even like in public, just like meeting stuff. I still get excited every single time I meet somebody who's like, I like what you do. That really gets me going. It really excites me. We're just talking about the fact that people have an expectation that we have to respond to each and every single person, because from their perspective, they're like, I'm one person sending you an email. So you should be one person responding back, and things get lost. That's unfortunate. Or people ask things we can't reply to.
I'm happy to say that most people that I've responded to have usually had the same response of like, "Oh my God, you replied! I didn't expect to get a reply. YouTubers never reply. Thanks so much." And that sounds very like appreciative, and that makes me happy. Like, okay, I replied to someone that made their day. Every now and then, you'll get that email that's like, you fucking asshat, you never respond to me, et cetera, et cetera. And it's like, dude, this, unfortunately, this is the first email from you that I saw, which completely solidified the fact that I'm not going to respond to.
Yeah.
But it kind of sucks. But and it does make you feel. It does make you feel kind of good, though, right? If someone gets all excited that you respond to them, because in my daily life,
definitely.
In my daily life, I'm me. I'm a regular person with people around me who hate me as much as they love me and want to strangle me because I annoy them, like my wife and my sister, and et cetera, et cetera. But every now and then, you kind of feel like a celebrity in this realm, which is kind of nice.
Rocco just said someone gave him away my private Skype. Don't worry, that's not my private Skype.
Was it Wiener's Mobile 123?
No, it was one of the old decommissioned ones.
Oh yeah.
No, it's a private Skype. Nobody has the private Skype. It's not even my name.
Searchable.
It's not even my picture. It's not even searchable. It's enabled so that it can only do direct connections to clients. Trust me. If you think you have
guys,
my Skype, you do not have my Skype.
I will prove it. I'll put his private Skype in the chat right now to show you.
Just do it. Just show him.
This is.
No, actually, I'm kidding, guys. That was actually my real Skype. Everybody send invites to it. And
yes.
Wait.
And everybody feel free to go ahead and add Jay's 2 cents on Skype because I don't use it.
There's probably 100 of me. I think last time I checked on Skype, there was quite a few people that were just... If the account's name is Barnacules, it's not me. I can tell you that much. And the other thing is, even if you did send a request to me, I'm just going to click and say block, because if I don't know who you are on the private Skype, I'm just going to block it. I don't even read the messages. I just say, I don't know that person. I'm not expecting it.
Somebody registered one of my emails for Greenpeace.
Yep.
So I've been getting all these Greenpeace newsletters.
I think I have like 3 Ashley Madison accounts now. I thought that was pretty clever.
Only 3?
Oh my God. But yeah, guys, I guess what we're just trying to say is in this job, it's really weird.
We love you all equally.
We love you equally. We love the support, but don't make it weird.
Jerry's pieces have to be cut a little bit finer, but I love all of you with 1/477,000th of me. And unfortunately, that number gets smaller every day. But I love you all.
Oh my God! All right, let me go through and get some of these comments because oh my God, we got 20 minutes left, and another one just came in. It's funny. I love that people are so supportive and they're donating, but it's like I'm going through here and I'm looking at this list and I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to reply to everybody? I apologize again if you guys get caught. I'm trying to do my best. I really am. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna start at the top here. Watch, everybody probably already went to sleep. Let's see. I already did Trevor. Okay, Cameron Nichols said, "Here's another $1. My question was, Jay, are you gonna review the Core X9? He's looking for a badass water cooling solution." Are you familiar with the Core X9?
I believe that's a Thermaltake case, which means everyone should already know the answer to that.
Oh, that's going to be a big no. After Thermaltake ripped off the industry, nope, that's a big no-no.
Yeah, that's a Thermaltake case. If they want a good core, they should just go get the Cooler Master.
Just get the one they ripped off. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. The Man of Geek said there's a Facebook page I followed called Reviews Imports that imports all kinds of skylines through Sanford, Florida. Now there's a difference too because you can actually there is a loophole I know of where you can import just about any car, disassembled, reassemble it here, register it as a kit car, even though it's not a kit car. And I know that there's been some but it's stupid expensive. That process is stupid expensive to do. So I'm sure that import shop probably spent a lot of money to do that. Mark Anderson said, gave my man Jay $3 last week, and he's just reciprocating. Nice.
Should give him 4.
He said he gave you good advice on your water cooling system, so awesome. So I got $3 for you giving someone advice. That's epic.
Who was it?
It was Mark Anderson.
Mark Anderson. I'm wondering if I'm remembering correctly, if he was the guy who had the T-Res and needed some help on which way to orient it. I wonder if I remember correctly or not.
That might be him. I'm sure you give a lot of water cooling advice. Luke Jesperson? $1 said, ever thought about using Discord for your subs? I don't know what Discord is. Do you know what Discord is?
What was the question? I'm sorry, I was reading Twitter. I'm doing what you do to me when I'm hosting.
Yeah, I know. He said, ever thought about using Discord for your subs? Have you ever heard of Discord? What is that?
Never heard of it.
I never heard of it. I'll look it up, though. Let's see. Vitally Corbin
it's a free voice and text chat. Hell no.
Oh, yeah. No, that would get chaotic. Keep up the awesome work. Thank you. Absolutely love that. Somebody said, have you tried Discord yet? Okay, so a couple people are asking about Discord.
Let me put this out there. If we're saying that we can't keep up with the community lines that we have now, what does adding another line of communication solve?
Yeah, this is the other thing that is I used to love getting on TeamSpeak servers. Like, I would just go do TeamSpeak server raids, like just climb on when I was playing video games and stuff like that. Now what happens every single time I get in a TeamSpeak server, one of the people goes out and tweets it out or something, then like 7, 12, 15, 30 people show up, and everybody's talking over each other, and nobody's talking to each other. They're just talking to me, and it completely just kills the server. And by me going there, I become a disruptive force. I can't just go be one of the guys anymore.
I've deleted TeamSpeak. I've deleted Ventrio. I've deleted was it on GameVox? I've deleted all that. I have no intentions and no desire to go into those voice chat servers.
I genuinely love doing it, but I can only do it on private servers when it's controlled.
By the way,
how many people are in there.
Look what I got here, guys. I have got
a Predator.
This is part of the Predator IO. I got the triple Predator all-in-one water cooling kit, from EK, which is using real water cooling parts. But they were like, hey, do you want to also check out one of our pre-filled with quick disconnect GPU blocks to go with it? And I was like, sure. So I had them send me the Kingpin block, so we can put some custom BIOS on that Kingpin and see if water cooling allows us to actually get some really amazing numbers on that. So I just kind of wanted to show that because I looked over and I saw it and forgot I had it there for like 3 weeks.
Awesome.
I've actually had it here since we were at PDX.
I know. I still have all the thermal. Not thermal take. Now I got that stuck in my head. I got all the Fnatic stuff for rebuilding the simulator. I can't even remember when I got all that stuff. I still got to do that.
Like a year ago.
Yep, it's been a long time. Let's see. GVG Connor said, "What do you think of the new AMD Zen chipset coming out?" AMD's for poor people. You know that, Jay? Can you confirm?
Why do people keep asking me? Why do people keep asking us what we think about things that aren't out yet? Let's say I had official information that that would be under NDA. What makes you think I'm going to tell you?
Yeah. Ran689 said, you guys are awesome. He said, Jay, make more car videos, and he also has an R33 for sale. So if you're looking for one, he's your man.
I wasn't a fan of the R33 style. The R34 is I think, the sexiest of all GTRs, in my opinion. But, unless you had maybe a 77 GTR or something like that. Now, you know what I'd love to build? I would love to build me like a Datsun 510.
That'd be cool and kind of unique.
It's not really that unique out here. They're all over the place. It's
do you see them a lot down there?
There's a huge aftermarket support for it for things like LS drop-ins and people putting in like 2JZs and stuff. But they weigh nothing, and you can make those things stupid fast.
That would actually be kind of cool. You know what I really like is, remember the really old was the 240Z with the really old ones, the slope back and the really long nose on them. Oh God, I love those.
There was 240 and there was 280. There were different versions of them, but yeah, those were the original Z car. There's a video on YouTube that you can see that I think. I
like the ones that got the clear cover, the clear covers over the lights, like the old Ferraris. Mm-hmm. And they got the mirrors in the front, like really far forward. Oh God, those things! I don't know what it is about them. I love the way they look, but I maybe see 2 of them a year driving around. They always have collector's plates on them. Yeah,
there's a video on YouTube of somebody who built a 370Z, not a real Nismo, but put a Nismo kit on it and built it up with all the doodads and Grady twin turbos, et cetera, and then took a fan's car, which was like a 280Z, I think. Which was also completely built, and then put them side by side in different tests to see how the old technology compared to the new technology. It was a really interesting video.
Did you ever see it
was an orange one.
Did you ever see the 280Z that they dropped the LS1 Corvette motor into?
Yeah, but they also
blew the tires off everywhere.
They also just keep killing the car.
No, it literally, like, a 60 miles an hour down the freeway, they just punch it and smoke just blows out of both sides of the car, and it's just like, rah, rah. It doesn't even sound like it's working. Like, it sounds like it's idling. I don't know why I like stuff like that, but I really do.
That's called torque, sir.
Chris Burke said the R34 is one to go for. Pity they're illegal over here. No, I agree. The R34, I even like the R34 over the current GTR. Not performance-wise, but looks-wise. I really like that boxy all-wheel drive supercar look. And R34 is just damn sexy. The only other car I think sexier than an R34 is like a 93 Supra. Like that generation of Supra.
Well, Mark III. Any Mark III.
The Mark III Supras. They're just gorgeous cars. Oh, my God. And the motor bays on them when you clean them up. Oh, God, that 2JZ.
It might be Mark IV, actually. Hold on. Supra.
It was the last year that they made them, right? They're just...
Yeah, it's a Mark IV.
God, just gorgeous, gorgeous cars. Every time I go to a car meet, it doesn't matter if there's Ferraris and Lamborghinis there. Every time I see one of those Mark IV Supras, I just go over there and I just look at it and I'm just like, oh,
what I love about that car is Toyota never anticipated the adoption that car would receive, and unfortunately discontinued it before it ever became adopted.
And the only reason it died was insurance. Insurance was just ridiculous on it, and they didn't sell a lot of them. But oh my god, as far as a car, they still to this day, the 2JZ is like widely considered one of the greatest motors ever built. Like,
well, yeah, I was gonna say I've read several articles in different well-respected tuner magazines that have gone like, top 10 JDM engines that ever come out of Japan, and 2JZ is always the top of the list. And some of them top 10 engines in the world, 2JZ is in the top like 3.
Yep, and until Fast and the Furious came out, they were actually like obtainable, and now you can't go to a wrecking yard and buy a 2JZ motor for like under $10,000 or something. You got to rebuild the damn thing.
Yeah, overnight parts from Japan.
Overnight parts from Japan, man. Live my life a mile at a time. Boosted Diesel, thank you for the huge donation. You're awesome. He said, you guys are great. Keep it up.
I live my life one upload at a time.
Nick Johansson said, for all the ad block and being a fellow Subaru owner.
Is his sister's name Scarlett? I hope his sister's name is Scarlett.
Yeah,
I'll accept his friend invite.
Your sister can call me.
If his sister's name is Scarlett, I will take his friend invite.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of Subaru owner, though, my Subaru's finally starting to die a little bit after all. Well, ask Jay. I drive the thing super hard though. My car never gets a break.
It's got like what, 75,000 miles of foot to the floor.
Pretty much dumping the clutch, and I even put a stronger clutch in it just so I could just do launches. I'll launch control the car, but it's finally starting to leak a fair amount of oil out of the valve covers, and I think one of the head gaskets is starting to go.
With the exception of the head gasket, you make that sound like it is like, oh my god, this Subaru's dying, it's leaking oil out of a gasket. That's normal.
The thing will probably go another 100,000 miles leaking oil out of it, but it's getting to the point now where it's leaking about, like, I let it sit a week and it leaked about half a quart in a week just sitting in the yard.
It shouldn't be leaking anything. Oh, then again, never mind. It's flat. I was gonna say it shouldn't be leaking anything if it's just sitting there, but yeah, it's a flat engine.
No, and they say that on Subarus, that's common maintenance at like 100K on those cars normally is to replace those seals. But if I have to do it, I'll probably yank the motor out and like do it all over because I don't want to like have my car slowly go down and then Jay's like, I got my 370Z with still in supercharger 500 horsepower and I'm like, oh, my car's making 180 on the dyno with a blown turbo.
What I was gonna say was, don't you have to pull the motor out to do the head gaskets on there anyway?
Yes. Even just to do the valve cover gaskets are even hard to do with the motor in the car.
See, one of the upsides of having a normal a normal style engine, like a V style engine.
Yeah, but then you can't rip it out and put it in an airplane in an emergency.
Oh yeah, because I need to put it in my Cessna. I forgot.
No, it's funny. The airplane I went and flew, it wasn't a Cessna. It was something else, Sky Ranger or something. Anyways, it had a 2.5 liter air cooled, horizontally opposed 4-cylinder motor, and I looked at it when I was going by, and the damn thing was a Subaru motor. It was literally like a motor right out of my car. The only difference was it had air cooled heads. Like they took the heads off and put different heads on that were air cooled, but it was the same block. It was totally my block. Let's see, going through here. Let's see, Damon Goldsmith says, unfortunately, he has to head out to work tomorrow. Unfortunately, he wasn't here to hear that. If somebody knows Damon, please let him know. Let's see, going down here. Pup Shepherd said, just joining in, just filming his own weekend talk show. Nice. Loves the new background.
Pup Shepherd was really active last week. He donated like $18 just to get us to keep talking to him.
Oh, here's another funny one like we did last week. Hey, he wanted me to plug this. Watch Games After Dark at URL UCSMN 2PH 2XQ 7TB HWLWR IHI0Q. That's his URL for YouTube.
Guys, go follow him on YouTube to help him get to 100 subs because you can't get a custom game until he's at 100 subs.
Let's see. Bates D1123 just wanted to say here's a donation for using AdBlock. Thank you guys. We really, really do appreciate it. Techie C, Jerry and Jay, thank you so much for the inspiration to live stream the tech thing. It would be awesome if you guys followed me. One thing is he wishes to do a live stream with Jay.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I am a. Why would anyone want to do that with me?
You're a dickhole, man. Why would anybody want that? You don't want that. You don't want that. Trust me. You don't want that techie.
Jerry knows me in person. I'm not that fun in person.
No, Jay is a dickhole. Like, you don't want to catch Jay when he's got sand in
Look.
his mangina. It's like,
Look. I know we've all seen that meme that says basically along the lines of, "If I love you, I'll tease you relentlessly, but if I don't like you, I'll be courteous and polite." I think at some point I got that backwards, but yeah, it's like, if I tease you, I like you. If I don't, if I'm being cordial and polite, then you should probably watch your back.
that means you're already start stabbing.
With a spork.
Let's see. Ryan Hoffman says, let's see. Oh, hey, Jay, how do you like the Ecotech site on your iPhone? Or the EOTech?
EOTech.
Yep.
Dude, look, I've used Red Dot. I've used 2X. I've used 3X. I've looked through ACOG. That holographic site is amazing. If you've never seen one in person, if you focus on the reticle, it's very fuzzy. It's like super, super fuzzy. And you would think, God, how is anyone supposed to be able to aim with this crazy fuzzy reticle? But the moment you look past the reticle at your target, it gets sharp. It's like the more out of focus your eyes are on the reticle, the sharper it gets. It's crazy. I don't understand the technology, but it is stupid accurate.
And being able to have both eyes open just makes it like instant target acquisition. I mean, you can literally rip the gun right up to your face, and you don't have to look around for anything. That's what I hate about, like, even an ACOG.
It's a nice big viewable area.
Yeah. They're awesome.
The thing is, once it's sighted in properly, and it only took me like maybe 10 rounds to get the thing sighted in at about 100 yards. Anything you put, because it's got a like a 1 MOS dot in the middle.
Wait, you're hitting stuff at 100 yards with a holographic sight?
Dude, we were shooting 200 yards on bowling pins and knocking it down. Here's my point.
That's a good sight. I've never used one that good.
once it's sighted in, and you've got the 1 MOS dot in the middle, and you've got the circle around it with the plus sign on the outside of the circle. That's the reticle for the MOS or for the EOTech.
Yep.
If it's sighted in properly, anything that dot is touching will get hit. The bowling pin. We were shooting the steel pole holding up our silhouettes at 200 yards. It's stupid amazing, especially with how sharp a 1 MOS dot is at distance. Yeah. That's the problem. You have like a 2 or 3 MOS dot on something at 100 plus yards away. The dot covers the target, like the whole target. But the 1 MOS dot at that distance, you can still see your target. And if it's sighted in properly, anything that dot is touching is going to get hit, which is why the military uses them.
When I come down, I want to go shooting with you, because I've never actually used the Neotech sight before. I've used like a knockoff. And it was only good for close range.
Depending on how long you're going to be here, we'd have to go out to the desert, and you might not get to shoot it.
But I think I'm going to be down there for like 5 days.
I mean, I can't just like whip it out of Disneyland and say, let's go shooting. I mean, that would probably make the news.
Okay, let's not do that. As a matter of fact, didn't that like happen like not too long ago? Like, I don't think anybody got shot, but didn't like somebody do that?
Yeah, I was telling Darth Tigger about it when I was down there. It was actually a handgun somebody had actually smuggled into Disneyland, and plainclothes security officer at Disneyland, who was actually at the end of his shift walking back to his car, witnessed this guy take it out of his waistband during the fireworks and was getting ready to go ape shit. Like he was like babbling something at the sky. This guy tackled him, and then what makes me mad is this never made it into the news because the head of security at Disneyland is also a lieutenant for the Anaheim Police Department. He has like a moonlighting gig there.
Yep.
They completely hush this. Disneyland and this particular lieutenant at Anaheim PD actually drugged this guy through the dirt, completely discrediting him when he went public with the newspapers about this shooting that he stopped at Disneyland before it happened.
That's crap, dude.
They completely discredited him, dragged him through the dirt for Disneyland to save its image. And Disneyland was perpetrating the whole thing. And at that point, I was like, man, because God forbid anything could happen like that at the Magic Kingdom, but it could happen anywhere.
That's awful.
But this guy was like completely off his rocker, apparently, like just crazy out of his mind.
Let's see. Shayan asks, "Are either of us going to CES?" I don't have anybody I'm going to CES with, and I don't think Jay's going. I think he's made that pretty obvious. I don't think we're going to make CES this year, which is weird because I really thought I was going to go this year, but a couple of companies I was going to go with, just things didn't work out. They was too expensive. They didn't do it, and so I didn't.
Jerry, you don't need to go with any companies. You wouldn't want to do that anyway. You'd be stuck to their booth. Enjoying CES is going as Barnacules Nerdgasm,
no, but
not Barnacules Nerdgasm tagging along with Ultimaker or anything.
I get that, but I went to what was it? No, it wasn't PAX.
McDonald's?
No.
Love you, Jerry.
You're a dick.
Love you.
No, I went to. Why can't I'm having a brain fart right now. But no, I went with Cooler Master to one of the big events, the big gaming events, and I actually had a blast. I had a blast with Rajiv.
But that was only but that was only because you waited to the last minute to to try and get your pass there. No, CES is not that exciting for PC stuff, and I decided I didn't. Okay, so last year I took public donations from the audience to pay for the trip because I didn't want to put ads all over everybody's videos.
Sure.
CES coverage is brought to you by blah, blah, and have like a 2-minute ad in the beginning and the end of the video. I didn't want to do that. So the other option would have been take sponsorships, which is the same. It is what I just said I didn't want to do. So if I take public donations, then I'm obligated to go, and I feel a lot more pressure taking money from the audience than I do from a company. And I didn't want to put ads all over everything. And last CES, there were no ads on a single CES video I did, and people liked it. Well, this year, I promised last year I wasn't going to do another crowdsourcing for CES. There's no need to. The channel makes plenty of money to not need to take money from the audience to make it happen. But at the same time, does anyone know how expensive hotels are for a week in Vegas during the week of CES?
Everything goes through the roof, during CES.
Let's put it this way. The shitholes in downtown Vegas over by like the Four Queens and like the El Cortez, the shitholes are $100 a night. And if you get anywhere near the convention center, you're talking $300, $400, $500, $1,100 a night.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go. And so I'm already planning to do like special types of content I wouldn't normally do. Like I don't know. I've already got some things in the works I don't want to talk about yet because I want it to be a surprise. But some fun stuff I want to do during that week when everyone else is getting bombarded with the same 15 YouTubers doing the same content every day. So CES to me, I think I'm done with CES. To be honest with you, it's not where the PC news is happening. That's Computex.
I just want to go once. Because I want to go just experience it, even if it's crap. I just want to go once just so I can say I experienced it.
Go
and be drunk most of the time.
Go and do the showroom floor, but you won't find any PC tech on the showroom floor because of the fact that that's where a lot of the smart devices and the drones and all that stuff are. That's more up your alley. If you're going for PC stuff, that stuff is all done in private suites and hotels and stuff. So you end up working even harder trying to get to all your meetings in every other hotel.
Yeah, see, for me, like you said, I'd be doing like 3D printing stuff, and that's still relevant enough that's all super front and center everywhere. I mean,
and it's all in one space. They'll have the 3D printing section of the showroom floor, which is easy for you to navigate.
I think it'd be cool if you guys are watching this and you work for some kind of 3D printing company or something in the 3D printing or drone space. Call me, man. I'll go to CES. I just want to go once and just experience it.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going this year. That's for sure.
Let's see. I'm Ben.
I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get my ass to Taipei. I'm a big dude in Taipei.
I don't even have my passport yet. I need to work on that.
I'm kind of a big deal in Taipei.
Oh, I bet you are. I'm Ben Scribner. Said, hey guys, what do you think of the Ford Mustang? He's thinking about getting one. That's a tough one. I like the way the new Mustang works, like the brand new one out this year. I think looks actually pretty cool. But the only thing I don't like about Mustangs is that they all look the same, with the exception of like the GT 500 and stuff like that. But they all look the same, and you don't know just looking at them. Like what's under the hood?
Of the main pony cars, the Mustang, the Camaro, the Charger, and the Challenger, the Mustang has like the least performance of the four, even the 5.0 and the GT. If you start stepping it up to special edition Mustangs, like
Hennessy makes a 700 horsepower Mustang.
Yeah, that's not a Mustang anymore. Just like I'm not going to include the Hellcat in this lineup.
Dude, I'm not even shitting you. It's with bolt-ons. I watched it. They broke a Guinness Book World Record for top speed in a Mustang. 700 horsepower with a supercharger, and all they did was bolt-ons. It was like injector, exhaust, and supercharger, all stock internals. They didn't update the tranny, nothing. And
but unless if you're going to buy a Mustang, and if you have, I don't know if you have this kind of money, until you step it up to like GT350s or like special like Shelby versions of the car or Roush versions of the car, they're not that exciting in their class. That coming from a guy who has a 370Z, which is not a very exciting car in terms of straight line performance anyway. But if you like the car, who cares what we think about it?
That's right.
Shouldn't care what I think about it.
That's a good point. That's a big, just don't care. Like, I know a lot of Mustang owners, actually, and they all really, really love their cars. I mean, so that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. I mean, shit, if I was in love with a car that everybody else hated, I wouldn't care. I would just get it. You'd actually be surprised how many people don't like Subarus either. I get a lot of people that are like, man, that is an ugly, ugly car. And I look at it and I'm like, dude, that hood scoop and that spoiler and everything, that car, like, that brings out my inner kid every time I get in it.
Which car?
My Subaru, my STI.
Oh, your Subaru, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
no,
you saw the big old, the big old spoiler on the back of my car. That's a little bit of a penis compensation, but still. No, that's
Cameron Nicholson said, "Hey, I walked away. Was my question answered?" Yes, it was, Cameron. You'll have to watch the replay.
Oh.
Let's see. Hold on. I want to get a couple more of these. Blah blah blah. That's a great name. Hey, guys,
I say
what do you think about
get
Flex?
through those. I say get through those, and then we do like 10 or 15 of car talk, and then we end it.
Let's do it. Blah 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 said, "Hey, what do you guys think of Plex?" I actually love Plex. I used Plex for a long time, although my HTPC blew up, and I'm waiting for Puget Systems to build my new one. So once
I have no idea what Plex is.
So Plex, it's basically like a transcoding and streaming software for video. You can take your whole media library and stream it to anything. Like you can stream it to your Xbox and transcode it to your PS4 and even your Ouya if you really want.
No
to
way.
Be desperate. Really, man.
Crazy
really. Yeah, for real. Let's see. Mark Anderson. Oh, wait, no, I already saw that. Would Mark donate twice? I think I copied the comment twice. Let's see here. PBRB Katashi says, enjoys your makerspace videos, Jerry, and the water cooling tutorial style videos, Jay. Nice.
Yay.
What were you gonna say?
Who thinks I should crowdsource my supercharger? that would be like the shadiest reason.
Jay, we're already sellouts. We've already gone down this path of supporting our families. Might as well support your car too.
Could you imagine that? Help me pay for a supercharger, guys.
Yeah, I raised $250 for a diamond pizza, but then I went and bought pizza for the whole staff of Seattle Children's, and that was awesome.
You know what the sad part is? The sad part is there are people out there that would pony up money to see like what I would do to the car, but I would feel dirty. I would feel dirty if I did that.
We're all dirty, Jay. We're all dirty. We're dirty just by doing this live stream right now. Oh my God!
I know. Right?
Simon said, "Just wanted to thank you guys or thank you for everything, Jerry. You got me into 3D printing. He has a 54-hour 0.6 millimeter layer Trek skull printing at the moment on the Ultimaker 2. Just so you guys know, that's going to be a very, very slow but very high resolution print. Keep the videos coming. Millennium Falcon, maybe? Absolutely a Millennium Falcon. I've seen quite a few Millennium Falcon prints. I even saw someone who did one on a G-Max printer, which I'm still thinking about getting one of those. The G-Max is a massively large build platform, so you could like print a Millennium Falcon off the thing that's like 20 inches across. That would be awesome. Techie C said, here's one more dollar I'm squeezing out, and I didn't want my last comment to go missed, interrupted. I don't care about a shout out. I don't need any parts. I'm like reading it as he's telling me not to. I'm sorry there are rude people out there. Do what you do. I appreciate that. I just like to be able to stream with you guys on Twitch whenever you... Wait, I got cut off. Whenever you go to a LAN. Hey, if you show up to PDX LAN sometime or something like that and we're playing, hey, that's why I go. I go to play with other people.
That's if you just want to hang out with us, not as YouTube personalities, but just as friends and gamers, PDX is where you come.
That's a lot, yeah, and that's a lot different too. Like when you go and you hang out as gamers and you have fun as gamers, that's awesome.
Well, like his name is Eric, right? The guy at Microsoft who sat next to me.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it was funny when I was setting up and he came over to his seat. He was like, "Oh my God, are you seriously sitting there?" I turned. I was like, "Yep, that's my seat." I thought for sure he's about to be like, "Fuck, like I hate your videos." You know what I mean? Because he seemed so caught off. Like he was like, "Dude, seriously, is that where you're sitting?" Like the way he said it at first sounded like
he didn't know he was sitting next to us. It was kind of cool.
But it was funny because the way he initially said it, like almost in his own uncomfortable demeanor, was like sounded to me like he was about to be like, "I don't want to sit next to you," but then he was almost like starstruck, which is really kind of funny. But yeah, we hung out that entire time. Like he and I we got food once, and we just we chatted, and he's a cool guy, and that's why I like to meet people on a personal level, not that awkward like we're passing by at the mall and I want to say hi, I love your videos, hey thanks, shake hands, and off you go. You don't get to meet anybody that way, really. So PDX is a fun way to meet people.
No, that's why I like going to like conventions and stuff. Like World Maker Faire was amazing. I mean, you have people constant. Of course, I'm in 3D printing, right? So a lot of people are gonna notice me there. But everybody was really cool. Everybody was really chill for the most part, and it was a really, really good time. I mean, and I signed all kinds of stuff. I love signing stuff. I mean, even though I can barely write, but hey.
There are so many people telling me that they would support a crowd-funded Jay's 370Z build, but there's no way to tie that in, is there?
Well, if you
Like,
make videos, yeah, why not?
no, if I make videos, but then I would almost feel like there would need to be sort of crowdsourced decisions on what's done with the car, and it's going to be 58,000 people say put a turbo in it, which I can't do. So, oh man, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about crowdsourcing parts for the car. That's a hobby of mine. If I did that, it would be like work again, wouldn't it?
It would. It would. You're gonna ruin the car. You're gonna crowdsource it, and then you're gonna feel like it belongs to the people, and you're just like gonna be like, I don't want to drive it today. I don't want to take it anywhere. Evan P, did I miss your comment? I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I missed some of these things.
I would have to put a decal of everyone's name who donated on the car.
Here we go. Let's see. NerdMet4L Chick 9. These names are weird. Enjoy both your content. Wanted to donate since I use AdBlock. Question for Jay or Jerry. RS 175 or ATH M50X? I can get a bundle on Amazon for about $200 in a Blue Yeti with the M50X. But I would prefer wireless. Any help? I don't have any experience with RS 175s. The ATH M50Xs, aren't those...
So headphones?
Those aren't AKGs, are they? Those are AKGs.
Yeah, I have them. They're great.
Yeah.
But they're studio monitors. So they're monitor headphones. So don't expect them to be super punchy on bass, and don't expect them to be really crisp on the highs. Expect them to be accurate.
Those would be accurate, yeah.
Yeah.
So have you ever used the RS 175s?
I'm wearing them.
Oh, those are the Sennheisers, right?
Yeah, these are high fidelity.
Do you just wear those because you're lazy, or do they really sound that good? Because you wear those like all the time now. That's like your go-to.
I love not having a cord draped across my keyboard and my mouse.
But it's not enough of a deficit in audio where it's not a bad trade-off. Like they still sound really good.
Well, they sound amazing, and the only reason I'm not using them in my home theater in the living room is because they use optical to get that amazing sound, and my Sonos is using the optical.
Oh, gotcha.
But these are, if you want the true sound and the fidelity that these are designed to have, you've got to use the optical, the SPDIF. And so they sound amazing. They really do. Long-term use, I've noticed they've been cutting in and out on me a little bit. Like they did it once so far this stream, but the last couple of weeks they were doing it a lot, and I don't know what the deal was with that. But they sound really, really good. They're designed to be like movie watching experience, not as much music. I mean, they sound really good with music.
So they got a decent sound stage and a lot of punch to them.
Yeah, but you can control them because on the side of the headphone right here, there's also bass and surround buttons that you can tune the level of surround that you want and the level of bass that you want. So if you don't want as much bass, then you can dial that back. If you want to go stereo and not surround, you can do that.
Cool.
Like
I
if I
get Sennheiser to shoot me over a pair of those because I want to hook up because I got the new
they tried to shoot you a pair. Remember when they sent us that email saying which ones do you want to review? You didn't say this one.
I didn't pick those ones. But I was happy with the ones that I got. I do have a project coming up, though, that's pretty fun. I don't know if I'm going to call it a jerry rig, though, but it kind of should be. I'm literally going to mount one of my old 46-inch screens over my bed on the ceiling.
Yeah.
I'm going to run it as zone 2 on my receiver so that I can do something different on it while the projector's doing another thing.
Tyler Lamb asked me about using a SPDIF splitter. I don't know. Can you split an optical signal?
Yes, you can. And they even make a booster. You can even.
That's what I say. It has to have a booster, though, right?
No. You can do up to like 3 splits as long as it's a small run. I used to have one. I used to have an optical splitter, but it significantly lowers the distance that you can travel because it does dim the light.
Well, the cord that comes with this is only 3 feet anyway, or 4 feet.
Oh, you could totally split that. That would be no problem at all.
Yeah.
Trevor Anderson said he's got a C6 Z06 Corvette. In California, he wanted to ask how extensively he can modify the engine while still passing smog inspections. Do you got any advice on that one?
Oh, I'm an expert on that one. Okay, so California uses CARB emissions, which is a different testing standard, and basically anything that appears to be modified that doesn't have a CARB certification decal with it won't pass the visual inspection. Doesn't matter what it does on the dyno, doesn't matter what it does in the OBD2 scanner or the sniffer, it will fail visual inspection unless it has that CARB number on it. Anything that appears to have been modified to bypass any sort of emissions will obviously fail the visual. But that's about it. It's got to be CARB legal. So any mod you want to put on your car, like things that are invisible, like say cams or forged pistons, crank, or anything like that, as long as it passes the sniffer, then it will be fine because you can't visually see that was modified. But make sure you get your car tuned, otherwise you won't pass the sniffer. And certain cars don't have to be tailpipe emission tested in California. They've really changed that to where what?
So
What?
is it Matt Gixer just said hire Volkswagen engineers to cheat?
Well, what was I just saying though, right? If you don't get it tuned, it won't pass. But you can do some clever things with tuning. But at the same time, too, most of the time, cars that have modifications to them and are tuned are cleaner for the environment than cars that are just sent from the factory with a wide fuel map.
Or just move to small town Washington, like Podunk, Washington, where you can just take the exhausts off your car and just run like open headers, and it's fine.
Look, just do what I'm thinking about doing, which is getting a PO box in Arizona.
There you go. I'm just visiting. Pup Shepherd said, as a giveaway, should he give away an NVIDIA 760 or $20 Steam money? I would say the 760 probably, if you got one. Yeah. Do that.
Someone says, "Shut up, stupid dog." I know, right? I hate that dog. It's a neighbor's dog.
Matt Iskov says, hope you have a lovely weekend. Thank you for all the entertainment. Love from your viewers in Australia. Thank you so much. Actually, my Australian audience has been getting bigger. Yeah.
Steve Rodriguez says, for California, they are really starting to use just ECU as the emissions test from OBD2. He's correct in that, but not all vehicles. Vehicles that are ever classified, like for instance, my Dodge Durango has been classified as a gross polluter, gets the actual dyno test. My 350Z got the OBD2 scan, and that was it, because they can read the air fuel mixture from the OBD2, and that will tell them whether or not they're going to pass.
That's going to get expensive if they have to dyno it. Just strapping your vehicle down to dyno, that's expensive.
Yeah, they do it with my Durango. My 370, I have no idea. The dealership obviously smogged that before I bought it, and then I don't have to smog it for 2 years, which is why for the next 2 years I am not going to be carb compliant.
Oh, here's another one. Evan P. Said, "Oh, here's 5 more until you read it. Laughing my ass off, Jerry. Your ADD is kicking in. Don't worry." Doctor said I have ADHD. Those damn doctors. No.
if he really had ADHD, it would have read something like, "Here's 5 more until you read it, Jerry. Laugh my ass off. ADD kicking in. Don't worry about it. Damn doctors, movies, nachos, chips." You know?
Nachos, chips. Squirrel, where am I?
Hashtag
Chris Barr said, "Jerry, when are you gonna see that sim racing setup, bro?" I know, guys. I know. YouTube channel Inside Sim Racing is in Washington State also. I know the guys at Inside Sim Racing, and they've invited me over to do some videos with them. It's just they're about a 3-hour drive away, and I want to do it, but I'm gonna get my simulator built before I commit to going and doing any videos on another simulator. But no, we talk on email every once in a while, and those guys are awesome. So I would love to go and do something with them. Also, hold on, I just saw something over here. Simon said, "What is the model of the 50-inch screens you have?" Missed my last donation saying that. I'm sorry about the missed donation, guys. It's unavoidable with the system. Sometimes they come in blocks and they disappear out of the buffer. But the 50-inch screens I have, a lot of people have been asking. They're the Samsung JU7000 series.
JU.
JU.
The Samsung JU.
I said, Jerry Ulcer. 7,000. The Jerry Ulcer 7000. And Rocket said, "I live in Australia and have an R34 GTR Godzilla."
I hate you.
And say Holden for Aussies. I want to see.
I hate you.
I want to see you say it different. Holden for Aussies. I want to. I guess do we say it different?
I hate that he can legally own a R34.
I know, and that's the thing with the R34 is you can get that thing over 1,000 horsepower with bolt-ons. Like, you know, you got a good motor in your car when you can go from, what is it, like 320 horsepower to 1,000 just by bolting shit onto it. That's crazy.
So I'm going to be putting Australian suspension on my car. I think I told you that.
Hey, Corey, man, I'm really, really sorry I missed your donation. I didn't see. I've been copying as many of them as I can over here, and I didn't see it.
You did it on purpose. Don't lie.
Let's see here. Why do I don't know why I don't see it. I apologize.
I'm just sitting here looking at car porn. Don't worry.
Nick Johansson said Jay will get $10 if Jerry isn't late next week. Love the show. I won't be late because Jay's hosting.
This stream's gonna start and you're not in your chair.
Yeah, he's actually just trying to get you mad at me. Like, if I'm late, you're out $10, so you're gonna like smash my face in.
You being late is what started the Jay's a dickhole.
I did. I'm bad.
You were late, and I was the dickhole.
I know. Charles Ross said, "Great content. Thanks, Jerry. New owner of a Phantom 3 and a 3D printer. Hell yeah. Yeah. Sellouts for life. Woo! Blah, blah, blah said, Jay, my cat's name is Nismo. That's actually a cool last name for a cat. But everyone got mad, so her new name is Nizzy. Why would anybody get mad that you named your cat Nismo? That's awesome.
Screw
them. Name the cat back to Nismo.
Yeah, I haven't been able to think of a name for my Nismo, but I'm thinking about just calling it Nismo. I don't know. I thought
Nismo.
about car. I wanted to call the car Nimrod because of a play on the word Nismo, but my
Yeah.
wife goes, "Isn't it supposed to be a girl?" I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess you're right. I guess I could call her. I could call her Nizzy.
Nizzy. There you go. You steal
Nizzy.
Nizzy because you already have a
Nizzy.
Nismo car, and then blah 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 can
Yeah.
go for Nismo. I
Nizzy.
like that. In real life, said, "Hey, I love you guys. Yo, Barney, you should do some workout videos." Yeah. Put the fitness thing on my channel. I'm going to tell you what. So, the reason why I haven't talked much about my fitness in my videos and what I'm doing is every time I go to the gym, there's this massive pressure of 1,000 people that hit me with emails, and they all have good intentions. Everybody has good intentions. They want to tell you like what vitamins they take, what every little thing that they've learned about it is, and it overwhelms me, and I end up relapsing. So this time around, I'm just going to the gym with my personal trainer. I'm doing my thing, occasional Instagram photo. I'm not going to be doing any videos on this until I'm heavily ingrained into it.
Your personal trainer should be giving you a list of acceptable replacement foods for the unhealthy ones.
No, actually,
And
we're going a different direction.
Oh, he's just going to let you eat anything you want.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
So-
we decided that I'm going to do weightlifting and try to build all the large muscle groups in my body so that I can just eat whatever I want and just burn it sitting on my ass.
The bottom line is he's the only one you should be paying attention to because he's the one you're paying.
That's right. That's right, and it's in his best interest to give me results because otherwise I go away. And he doesn't get his millions, YouTube millions. Let's see here. Jay, you lucky SOB. I wish I could live stream in the same. Oh wait, I wish I could live in the same state as the Z1 Motorsports. Thinking about ordering some parts for them from his 95 300 ZX. I love 300.
Wait.
ZXs, by the way.
Wait. Z1 Motorsports is not in California.
It's not.
They're in Georgia.
No, he just said no. He said he just wants to live in the same state as Z1 Motorsports. I don't think he
Z1
was
Motorsports
implying.
is in Georgia.
Is it in Georgia?
Yeah, I
didn't
know
say
that because
California.
because my clutch and stuff came from Z1.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I didn't catch the beginning. Yeah, he's Z1 Motorsports isn't there. Oops.
Yeah, it's in Georgia.
Rocket says his car has 517 kilowatts at the rear wheels. Can you please convert that to foot pounds, bro? That doesn't sound like a lot in kilowatts. My house has 200 kilowatts, bro.
1.21 gigawatts. Get on my level, bro.
So wait, if he's going by kilowatts and I have a 200 kilowatt service, that means that his car is putting down two and a quarter times as much as my house has.
How much house power did your car have?
That's a lot, dude. Your car has a big generator. I bet you could power a LAN party. Cameron Nicholson, here's $5. Love both your channel. 4K Gaming SLI 980s or 1X Titan X. I think the two 980s would give the Titan X like massive run for its money if you overclocked them.
2 980s will beat
stock. They'll crush a Titan X.
Two of them, yes.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you right now, I actually played Star Wars Battlefront in 4K on my new screens, and it ran really good, actually. It stayed over 60 frames per second the whole time. Now, I wouldn't play it in surround. In surround, it'd probably be like 10. Blah, blah, blah says, let's see.
It's almost 7 o'clock, dude.
Oh, it is. All right, so we're going to wrap it up after a couple more here. Tyler Lamb said, first donation was $5. Sorry about that. For using ad block and use content. Jay, are you going to use the Linus Edition Noctua fans for Skunkworks?
I'm not answering that question.
Come on, do it. Just do it to be ironic.
Everyone's using that fan simply because it has a little bit of orange on it.
Just do it to be ironic. It would be hilarious if you just unveiled that. That'd be.
I'd probably Sharpie out the logo.
That would be even funnier. Do it. Oh my god.
No, they're good. They're good fans. I just hate everyone asking if I'm going to use them simply because they're orange. I'm not probably going to even change out these fans at all.
Let's see here. Blah 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 said grandma and sister threatened to call her Molly if he called her Nismo. Dude, don't listen to him. Nismo. Your cat's name is Nismo.
Is it your cat or is it their cat?
It's his cat.
Well, then why does he care?
Yeah, you don't care, dude. Nismo. If you don't name that cat back to Nismo, I'm never reading another one of your comments again because that's a badass name.
And my car from now on is being called Nizzy.
There you go. PBRB said you should check out the Mighty Car mods. They just supercharged the classic Mini. That would actually be cool. I've seen there's a stock supercharged Mini, like the newer ones, right? And I drove in one. It was the Works. Holy crap! That little thing went like stink.
Yeah, the Mini Cooper S has had a supercharger in it for a while.
Yeah, no, there was a guy at Microsoft that had when I went to lunch with him. I was like, oh, I really like these Mini Coopers, but and he's like, I don't know. I think it only had like 180 horsepower, but the thing didn't weigh like shit. So it went like crazy.
You know what's amazing about Minis? Because Coconut Monkey's mom has one. Is the amount of room in them.
The new ones, yeah.
You
The
would
new
think
ones
that-
are like little SUVs.
Yeah, you would think that they're small, but they have a.
Oh, you like cut out there for a second.
No, I was gonna say you would think that they would be small inside, but no, just the opposite.
They're like a TARDIS,
They've really learned how to maximize that space.
which is very British.
Jeez.
So it is 6:53. So we're gonna go ahead and start. We're actually like way the hell over tonight. Damn.
Yeah, we're 20
Damn, we
minutes.
got
Well,
talking
yeah,
about cars and got all like hot and bothered.
Not only that though, I mean there was all those technical difficulties. He started late, and then
That's
they couldn't
true.
hear me.
That's true. I'm gonna have to go try to use the YouTube editor to cut out the first part where you were muted at the beginning. I think I can do that though. Can't you go in there and just like edit it online and then just republish it as a new video? I think I can do that.
No, I mean you can go in there and edit use it, but why? Just leave it.
Rocket said, "Is there any way you can show you your GTR before he goes to work? Just tweet us. Just tweet us a picture of your GTR. We'll look at it over there."
my GTR?
No, his. The GTR.
I was like, did he just ask me if there was a way to see my GTR? I was about to be like
yeah,
that,
right.
that Batman meme.
No, Rocket, we'd love to. Tweet. If you guys have cool cars, man, tweet them. We love them. Blah, 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 winning. Please buy Jay a beer when you see him next. Oh, he gave us a donation big enough to get you a beer? No, I'm just going to buy me 2 beers and then make fun of him over Skype.
Is it good beers?
Hey, Jerry, didn't you work at Microsoft? Oh, my God. Seriously, Evan? Oh, my God.
That is such a fabricated story.
And 7.62 Worldwide Productions this is the last comment I'm going to read. He said, "Ever seen these nuts?"
Got
Ever
him.
seen these nuts? I think we're going to end on "Ever seen these nuts."
Got
What do you think?
him. Got him.
Just look weird at the camera for a little while. People think we're going to say stuff.
But you
Yeah.
just did.
Oh, I did say stuff. Damn it.
Stop talking. I'm so confused right now.
Here, I know what I'll end this on. You ready? You ready? Here we go. We're going to end it.
liking right now?
Barnacules!